But I will start with Shannon on this one. From what you've seen, how great can Mahomes be?
He can be great. He can be an MVP, great, because they've surrounded him with young talent that's going to be there for the foreseeable future. Andy Reid's not going anywhere, and they put him in a system that's tailor-made for what he can do. Andy coached Brett Favre, who made a lot of plays skip outside of the pocket. His improvisational skill was second to none. Brett had wheels. Brett was faster than people thought. You blitz him, you didn't get home, he could throw the ball over your head, or he could scramble and get first down. Now, I think Mahomes might be a tad faster than Brett. Arm strength, very comparable. Very, very comparable, Skip Bayless. He can be an MVP. And from what I've seen last night, he's learned a lot by sitting on the bench last year. He played the last game, which was a throwaway game. They didn't want to get Alex hurt because they're going to the playoffs. Skip, this dude, he has it. He has it. He has what you can't teach. The skill set to be able to throw the ball from different platforms, rolling left, rolling right. Now, you don't want him to try and make a living, Skip, constantly throwing them back across his body. He got away with those. And sometimes when you have success doing something, you feel, man, that's easy. I can make a living doing that. Nah, you don't really want to make a living because that'll come back up to bite you at the least opportune of times. But the ability to throw the ball, because you saw him in preseason throw the ball 70 yards on a dime against Atlanta.
He did.
And then you saw him rolling left, rolling right. Okay, Vaughn's about to sack him, flips the ball. He can be an MVP. He'll be a guy that we'll be talking about for a very, very long time.
I agree. I totally agree. Everything you said. You know, when you think about Patrick Mahomes, I wanted to see what he looked like when the rush came. You know, and you aren't going to face two better rushers than Chubb and Von Miller. And so for him to be able to elude those guys and get out of pressure and show that he can win a game that's not always pretty, and that's what I wanted to see. Could he have some adversity? Could he not have a great first half and rally back? And being down 10 points and coming back in the fourth quarter and coming back out of there with the win? I mean, I think we're all well, I'm not going to say we're all, but the public, I think, is underselling Andy Reid's value here, because if this kid is with another coach, I don't know if he's as great as he is now. But Andy Reid, man, and his ability to just put players in position to make plays, especially young, talented quarterbacks. I think we always consider John Gruden a quarterback guru because he had the show. But Andy Reid, to me, is the best quarterback coach. Having talked to Mike Vick about his transformation from being just the athletic guy who can throw to really understanding offenses and knowing where to go with the ball. I mean, Mike loves Andy, and I can tell why, because what he did for Mike, you can see him doing it for Patrick Mahomes. And, I mean, that kid's amazing.
And Gruden was the offensive coordinator under Andy in Philly.
And Donovan McNabb has told me many times what Andy did for him, because he made Donovan probably look even better than Donovan deserved to look for a long time.
He's a great mind.
Now, when it comes to defense, that's an afterthought. Andy Reid.
That's not his cup of tea.
Not his cup of tea. So I'm going to remind everyone, remember when Cam opened as a rookie? Remember what happened in the first 4 games?
Right.
Magic happened. He goes for 422 in his opener at Arizona. Then he goes home against Aaron Rodgers and throws for 432. And then in the 4th game of the year, he threw for 374. And those are the top 3 totals of his career. Of his career? How did that happen? I still can't process that one. Right? Cam just it was like an avalanche of passing yards. And that's when I thought, God, he's going to revolutionize football, because he was also starting to run for touchdowns too, but it wasn't that much. The problem was they lost all 3 of those games, and then the second problem was he never even got close to those games going forward. So he found sort of this medium area where he's a pretty good pocket passer. He's a really good runner with the football, and when you put them both together, you had one MVP year. So is it possible that Patrick Mahomes will come back to earth a little bit? It is possible, because I still say last night through 3 quarters, he was hit and miss. He'd thrown for 151 yards, and he was barely over 50% completions until, as you point out, the 4th quarter. And that's when I'm on the edge of my seat thinking, here we go. It's loud. It's crazy. Shannon knows all too well how loud it can get in that
you could see
place.
the cameras, it was
It's
shaking.
The stadium is shaking. It's a division game against a division opponent, but not a great division opponent. This is not this is not 3 or 4 years ago Denver defense.
No.
Right?
No, but it's a good.
It's still a good
team.
defense.
It's decent.
Decent.
It's
Decent. You put it decent.
Okay? So he was special in the fourth quarter because 13 out of 16, he made all the throws, but he made a lot of throws. He won the game more with his legs than his arm, and I did not see that coming because I watched a whole bunch of Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech. I didn't see that. I can't remember if you did any of those games.
I did, and I've talked to him plenty, and he's just I also talked to him last year about his preparation and waiting for this role, and he was so confident in it. I'm going to have my chance, and I'm going to be ready for it, and that's what's impressive.
But he wasn't a big winner at Texas Tech because in all the big games against the best teams in the Big 12, they couldn't win. But again, they were under-talented. They couldn't match up, especially defensively. They were really challenged at Texas Tech. So he knows how that feels now in Kansas City. But in the big picture, I can't remember a quarterback making a bigger splash in his first 4 starts than this because I don't think it's ever happened.
He hadn't thrown a pick.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like...
Look at 14 touchdowns and 0 picks, Skip.
Okay, but when you start running outside the pocket and flinging it across your body, trust me, this league will bite you.
Oh, yeah. It'll put
you know this.
Yeah, at some point he has to get out of that habit, and I think Andy's probably constantly telling him, hey, man, work this time, but you can't live and die,
because who are your top echelon quarterbacks right now? Any runners up there?
No.
I mean,
but you know what I like.
Breeze,
but you know what I like about him, Skip, is that when he escapes the pocket, when the rushers rush past him, he steps up, but his head is never down.
No,
he's constantly looking downfield. He's not looking to run. He's looking to
unless he sees and he's getting down near the goal line. He said, I got this.
I'm gone.
You can't catch me to the
But
corner.
another thing that I think hurt Cam is that they got rid of Steve Smith. They wanted Cam to be the de facto leader.
They did.
So they needed to get another dominating force out of the locker room. And so he exited stage left. Now, with Tyreek and Sammy Watkins and Kelsey, they're going to be together for at least another 3 to 4 years. That's at the bare minimum. Greg Olsen, look at Cam's number when Olsen's in the lineup. Now, Olsen's been nicked the last couple of years, and Cam, that's Cam's most trusted receiver. But these guys are going to be together, and then David Shula calling plays, Andy Reid calling plays.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to say David Shula is the offensive-minded Andy Reid.
I would agree with that.
But Skip, with his arm talent and his ability to throw the ball deep, and I think he's a little bit more accurate than we previously thought. Skip.
He is. He has been so far.
Yes. Now, he's not, like I said, he's not going to, stay on this streak. Okay, he's going to go another, 5-7 games without throwing an interception because he throws the ball down the field too much for that to happen. We've seen guys go on hot streaks, but they check the ball down a lot. They don't put the ball.
There were, in the first 3 quarters last night, there were at least 3 throws where he just flung it.
He got away with one.
I know one he got
Sammy
away
Watkins, because it popped up.
He just flung it, man. You can't keep, he's on a magic carpet ride.
He's taking some chances.
Okay.
He's taking some chances.
But again, do I love the package of what I see? I love it that his father was a long-time, very successful big league relief pitcher.
Right.
It's just you grow up around big league clubhouses where you say, I can do this. Like, I'm not afraid of this moment.
Skip, anytime you can take the ball, think about it. They dump the ball to Kareem Hunt, and he goes 30.
Yeah.
They dump the ball to Tyreek Hill, and he goes and gets you 20. Or they hand the ball to Hunt, and now all of a sudden he gets outside, he goes down the sideline for 45. When you have that kind of playmaking, it makes the job even harder to defend him because what do you do? If we stack this box to stop Hunt, they still have Hill, Sammy Watkins and Travis Kelce. Now, Travis Kelce didn't have a good game last night. Thought he dropped some balls and he allowed some people to cover him.
There were 3 or 4 that were behind him.
Yeah.
They were not on target.
But this team, like I said, Skip, when you look at a projected player, look at, the coach is on, Andy's not going anywhere, and that talent around him. And that's what you got to do. You look at the young quarterbacks, what they do. So you surround them with young talent.
That is correct. So just for perspective, I told you before, I thought Dak Prescott played the best rookie year of starting quarterback I have ever seen. But he was a rookie 4th-round pick who got thrown into the fire with no backdrop, no background, no year in waiting to see how it feels.
Right.
Romo's hurt in preseason game number 3, and all of a sudden Dak's the starter. And just on poise and precision, he played really really well for a raw rookie.
Right.
He's 23 touchdowns. He was 23 to 4 interceptions, but he didn't have this kid's flair and game.
Well, you know what, too, Skip? They didn't ask Dak to do a whole lot.
Not a whole lot, but
it was
again,
manage the game. They're telling this kid,
you got it.
go,
yeah.
do your thing.
Go.
I mean,
because we saw both of these guys. Both of these guys went to Pittsburgh, and you look at what Dak did at Pittsburgh and what Zeke did, and you look at what this kid did to Pittsburgh. What, 5, 6 touchdowns? You don't do that a second-year guy, Skip, going on the road. And Pittsburgh doesn't have a very good defense, but to go on the road in someone's building at this young age, and say like, oh, I got a 6 spot for you.
Okay, but even Brett Favre in about year 4 or 5, he started staying home in the pocket because you can't survive outside the pocket, number one, and number two, to be a top 5, top 10 quarterback, you just have to beat people from the pocket consistently. And Brett Favre, in the second half of his career, that's about all he did.
But Skip, Brett was demolition derby. Brett was diving over people, was crashing into people. Mahomes is not going to do. He doesn't have Brett Favre's body. Brett was like 6'3", 225. Mahomes is not going to run into anyone.
And guys going to stop defending him a certain way.
I agree.
They're not going to keep rushing like they're rushing upfield. I saw one time where Chubb kind of hesitated on his rush because he didn't know, is it a quick screen? Am I going to have to get out here and help rally to this runner, or, should I rush the quarterback? And so opponents are going to start saying, hey, we can't just run upfield because he's going to step up
rush past him
and get out of there.
Yep.
And so once he's established that, hey, I will run the ball, defenses are going to start playing him a little differently to where they won't rush as aggressively, and it'll give him a little bit more time.
Well, he may be on this magic carpet ride, but it's fun to watch. I don't hate it. He can continue it because it's making it fun to see Deangelo. Thank you.
I don't like it that he in the AFC West.
Oh, yeah, of course. Something
Put him in the NFC.
You're going to join us later in the show. We'll talk to you then. But yesterday was a low point for the Ball family. This was shocking to me. We'll tell you next.
Saquon Barkley leads the Giants against Cam Newton.